say shit yet. Just calm the fuck down.
Your ass is down.
Now that y'all enjoyed his beautiful time lapse.
So I've gotten the 4th layer of carbon on here, a layer of resin on top of that, then I sanded it all flat-ish, there's still low spots. Hit it with another layer of resin, which you just saw. So now I'm gonna sand it down one more time and hit it with another layer, maybe 2 layers of resin, and that should be the final. Then I'll sand that flat one more time, matte clear it, and be done. I'm trying to get her to a good stopping point. I like to have the body painted, cleared and finished, trunk on, doors finished and on, and the engine bay painted and the engine in by the meet on August 4th.
August 4th. If you don't know, now you know again.
Put it in your calendars.
Open house.
Open house. Our boy Lenjamin's coming.
Shout out to Benjamin.
He's the guy that does all the graphic design.
He the man.
Did our logo.
Shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Y'all the best.
But,
So
yeah,
you said
the plan for today is sand this flat, hit it with another 2 layers of resin, and then maybe mess with some other stuff. I don't know. Yeah, you get the drip.
All right, let's move this along. I guess before you start sanding, what grit sandpaper are you gonna be using?
I'm gonna start off with 80 to cut it down pretty fast, and then I'll move to 120 with a block like this guy.
What's the benefit of using a block?
Tight to reach spaces and like curves like this that you can't really get with the round DA. Also, this is super flat and long, so I can make sure like this is completely straight, whereas that so it has a 6-inch pad, so it can only keep everything that's in its 6-inch path. This, which is I'm not even sure how long. It's long. I use this, and I also have a little hand block too that I'm gonna use, but that's just for getting you in smaller spaces. And then I'll probably bump it from 80 to 120 with the hand stuff, and then maybe 180 for a little bit of finishing. But you can, with resin like this, it's so porous and everything. You can hit it with 80 and layer coat of resin on top of it again, and you won't see the scratches at all.
So that's your main goal, is to get out as many of the.
Yeah, you can see like all of these little things. These aren't dirt or anything. Or they're not air bubbles. They're actually high spots. It's a little bit of that carbon weave popping through. And I've already done 2 layers. This is the 2nd layer of resin on top of this piece of carbon. The first kind of just soaks through like all the rest of those layers. My hand's really dusty. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep hitting it down. There's a piece of hair in here. We're gonna get that guy out, don't worry. It's a little bit of 80 here to pop him right out. But yeah, so let's get rolling. I'm gonna try, I might even hit it with 2 coats of resin. What I've been doing recently was just hitting with the coat of resin after work, rolling home, and then if the resin fully cures though, you have to sand it before putting another coat on it. But if you wait like an hour and then it gets tacky, you can put another layer of resin right on top of that and it'll adhere correctly without having to sand it. So I'm gonna try to hit it with 2 layers. That way we'll definitely be good. Then we'll just hit it completely flat, go up an even higher grit to like 320, 400, maybe 600, and then get right into matte clear. And then it'll be done.
Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Word.
grit sandpaper was that?
That was 80.
So what are you gonna be doing today?
So this is the rear body panel I've already trimmed. You can see how big it used to be. Trimmed it to only what I needed. But this is all 4 layers of carbon. And basically we're just gonna be bonding this to the rear end of the car so we can,
That's why you sanded it for glue.
yeah. Oh my gosh, taking tape off with gloves on is the most annoying thing. So once we get this thing bonded on there, then I can start laying the final layer of carbon fiber on the roof and quarter panels. Finally, we keep talking about it. It's gonna be so nice to have that done. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. So I've already cut out all of the sheet metal that I don't need. All the supports I have are just for the frame rail ends. And this is like some weird little, I'm not sure what the hell that is. And then all of like the surface rust inside here, because this was basically a pocket of just bare metal inside that's been sitting since 1970. I hit it with the rust converter stuff. You wait a while for that to dry, and then like 12 hours. And then you just have to hit the face of it down.
So you don't
bonding.
you don't have to use etch primer on this, do you?
No.
They're gonna be
This basically becomes a primer itself.
What? They're just gonna be sad and not using etch primer.
Let's get some etch primer. It's like, no, I'm not going. So I'm just gonna hit this stuff so it's bare metal, just like when we did the rest of this stuff. Make sure you cover all the bare metal and the epoxy that you're using to bond the panels, or it'll rust. But if the epoxy's attached to it, you're good to go. So I'm gonna do that real quick. The rear body panel is already sanded, so then we can go right into bonding it.
Cool. Y'all haven't noticed by now, invest in clamps.
Clamps are the best.
Especially if you decide to take on this extreme challenge. And for anybody that's curious to where we get our carbon fiber from, fiberglass.com. This video is not sponsored by them.
But it could be.
Think about it.
So I'll make sure these 2 planes are completely even. Then when we do the last coat on the quarter, I'll come over here and I'll wrap it probably across to like about here.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna leave a seam in the smallest amount of space as possible.
Yeah.
This bumper frame end attachment is gonna hold my diffuser and stuff like that, and probably a tow hook. So you'll only see there, and then from here down. So if there's a seam here and here, you're not really gonna see it. Even though the seam wouldn't really matter, because this is actually, I made sure this was set in the correct direction. So that should all match up with the direction of this. So you probably won't even see the seam, but just in case.
So
it's always good
right
to
now.
be, yeah. So once I get the last coat on all this stuff, then I can paint the whole back end. And then we can do like the engine bay and stuff like that. And then once that's done, it's bolt parts on.
Because you said you still gotta make it with a front lip.
Gotta make the whole front section. The front lip will have the corners of the front flares bonded as like part of it. So it'll be like a front lip and front flares.
All in one.
All in one.
Okay.
But that'll be, I'm gonna make molds of that. And so basically my flare set, front and rear, and the front lip, I will actually sell, and I'll make more of.
For all those that are curious.
Yeah, and they'll be available in carbon and
FRP.
fiberglass. Yeah.
And you'll know that it's legit because we show you the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that BS people be selling.
But yeah.
Cool.
So after this, we'll just get to the quarters and roof and stuff like that.
So dull, but it is complete. What do I do now?
I'm just gonna like wipe it down with a little wax and grease remover and stuff.
So it's like completely done being sanded now, or you have to do.
It's close. I'll probably do a little bit more. It's crazy how terrible it looks, but as soon as you get it wet with a little bit of something, you can actually see the weave again. Yeah. Yeah, the roof is completely flat. This transition's good.
I was just looking at it because like now people can see the transition. Cause like they were all confused at first on how it come out.
Yeah. So last week we laid the last layer of carbon on, hit it with a coat of resin, and then let that dry. Sanded it, hit it with another two coats of another coat of resin, sanded it, another coat of resin, sanded it.
That was all through the GoPro.
Yeah.
So we did time lapse. It's basically the same thing he's been doing, like we say every time, but he did the same process for the hood, doors, quarter panels, roof, and rockers.
The only thing is this final layer, just you just double up on resin just to make sure that the weave on the outside gets fully soaked in.
When are you going to, I guess, take off the rocker panels?
Yeah, so I'll probably pop the. I actually haven't even finished the rockers, but I'll finish and pop the rockers off probably Tuesday.
Make sure I'm here for that.
Yeah. You'll be here for that, and then Thursday we will be hopefully painting the body, matte clearing all the carbon, and then everything that's not carbon, like all the jams and stuff like that, will just be black. Matte clear it all together, so it'll be matte black with matte carbon. And then after that, we'll be working on getting the engine bay ready, so then we can get the.
What are you gonna be doing to the engine bay? Are you painting it?
Yeah. So from like this line in will be Telesto gray with gloss clear, just like the interior. But my plan is to try and get the outside matte cleared, painted, everything like that. Engine bay cleared, painted, and have the engine back in by the August 4th meet. So everybody that's coming by can check it out.
Once again, if you don't know, August 4th, save the date. What's the time, I guess?
10:30, it's probably around like 3 o'clock.
So starting at 10:30, come through. Gonna have food, good energy vibes, awesome people and cars.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool cars coming, cool people. It's gonna be dope, I can't wait.
Minimal negativity. My man Lou gonna be there. Shout out to Lou coming through. Trying to hide behind the sparkle aprons.
With all my chin hair.
Insulting me because I only got 6. But I'll definitely have more. I'll count tonight. That pretty much sums the day up. Once he's finished this.
It's a lot of the same stuff. It's over and over again. So it actually is not too bad that this week didn't really do too much filming, but this past week. We're gonna be back at it. Hopefully doing at least 2 a week.
Oh yeah, that's not a question.
At least.
2 a week is the minimal now.
Yeah.
All right, so to close out, I'm gonna place this here because I'm gonna read how to say like, comment, and subscribe in a foreign language.
That didn't help at all.
Maybe a bolt. Look at that. We just built us a little tripod. So we got challenged to say like, comment, and subscribe in a foreign language after the ending of every video. So, Gefalt Mer und
I already know what that is.
Commentarian, Abonarian, something something. I don't know what I'm saying, but like, comment, and subscribe. All right, we out.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Yeah, it cracked right at the tape line.
ASMR.